The Green Organic Dutchman Holdings Limited is a publicly traded organic cannabis company with operations focused on medical cannabis markets in Canada, Europe, the Caribbean and Latin America, as well as the Canadian adult use market. TGOD has a planned capacity of 219,000 kilograms and is building over 1 million square feet of cultivation and processing facilities across Ontario, Quebec, Jamaica, and Denmark. The Green Organic Dutchman Holdings Limited is listed on the TSX under the ticker symbol TGOD.
Brian Athaide, CEO of Green Organic Dutchman, trading on the TSX under the symbol TGOD. Brian, welcome back.
Good afternoon. It's great to be here.
You too. Yeah, good to see you. What's the big mover and shaker in TGOD lately? It's been on a consistent incremental value appreciation journey, which I like to see, and especially independent money managers, or rather institutional money managers, like to see. What's causing this?
We're just getting started. We're focused on delivering our operational plan. So frankly, we're not out there publishing kind of new news every day. We're focused on delivering. And so actually it's a lot of catalysts coming up soon. So this quarter we're launching in the medical market in Canada, based on our current facility in Ancaster, and we've got the other 20,000 square foot indoor coming online this quarter as well in the coming month. Next quarter, we'll see the balance of Hamilton come online, and then Valleyfield comes online in the latter part of this year.
Right.
As you saw in our release, we did postpone or push back both of those facilities by a few months to really redesign some of the facility, especially the processing part, based on the learnings we've seen in the industry, to make sure we can get the throughput and more efficiency, would actually increase our capacity. So I'm really excited about that. Things are progressing well in both Europe and Latin America. Our acquisition in Poland is doing well. We're ahead of where we expect it to be. We'll actually publish our fourth quarter and fiscal year results on March 19th. So that'll be our first revenue coming out of Europe.
Any guidance?
And then, no, we don't give guidance.
Okay.
But you'll see the results soon. So we're really excited that we'll not be pre-revenue. It does, yes, actually.
Really? Okay, great.
But it's still small at this point.
Sure. Well, but any profit's a good profit, I say.
But the in Canada, we'll have revenue starting this quarter. Still small. We're only going to do a small kind of pilot with 200 patients to start with. More test the pipes, make sure the order, shipping, billing processes are working properly.
Sure.
And then we'll expand our patient count as our production comes online through this year. And then we'll launch in the recreational market in Canada towards the back half of the year.
Okay. I'm looking at your website here on my screen, and you've got all these interesting products that are up on the screen in a testing mode, like the MK Ultra test only, and so that sort of suggests that you've got some. There's the page I'm looking at right there. Is MK Ultra test only. Obviously, these CBD contents are part of the test and not representative of any real product. But why am I seeing all these different products up here? What's that telling us?
So that shows you we're getting ready for our launch, right? So we're actually launching our grower circle in this coming month. We're just waiting for one final Health Canada license for our oils, but expect to get that in March, and then we'll be launching. But actually we've done a lot of consumer work. I mean, as we've talked last time, we're really very much a consumer-focused company, a wellness company, so we're doing a lot of consumer testing across different product forms, especially looking forward to October, when you have the other categories being legalized around vaping, around edibles, around beverages. So we've really been focused a lot on getting the consumer data, finding out what concepts resonate best, what delivery product delivery methods resonate best with consumers. And we've got some great technologies that we've licensed out of the US, which we've talked about before, with Stillwater, the water-soluble cannabinoids that got a kind of 10 to 15-minute onset in beverages.
Oh, okay.
To
so those are turning
Evo
out to
Labs, which has one of the leading vape companies in Colorado as well. We're leveraging that technology on our vape. So, I mean, we're really excited about what's coming.
Sure. Okay. So, you know, looking at your price chart here, you're down from your sort of your highs in the $9 to $8 to $10 range, but you've definitely started to demonstrate. If you could put this up on the screen for me, guys, a definite sort of solid progression towards a increase in valuation. There we go. Thank you. So is this kind of like? Is this like the trend, the pattern we're going to see? I mean, is this trend and pattern that we're seeing a result of the results that you're delivering, or is this an anticipation of something that's, you know, still ahead?
I'd say it's it's representative of the progress we've made towards our business plan.
Right.
So I mean, the decrease you saw in the last quarter of last year, there were several things driving that, right? We had 100 million shares become freely trading in November. We saw the whole market come down basically based on all the issues the category faced or the industry faced following legalization. And then we had Aurora selling some shares because they were able to sell down to 10% and maintain their 20% offtake. So we had all of those headwinds from a share price standpoint, and then also the tax loss selling. That's all behind us now, and now we can focus on the fundamentals, right, in terms of really delivering our business plan, starting to sell in Canada, expanding our distribution and sales in Europe, launching into Mexico. Our Jamaica business is also expanding. We're expecting our second store to open imminently, potentially as early as next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
okay,
we're really excited.
What kind of market will that be? What will that look like?
So in Jamaica, we have the first store that we opened in Kingston already. It's not really a tourist location, but the next 4 are all in tourist locations. So the next one will be in Montego Bay. We're looking at Ocho Rios, Falmouth, and Negril. Right. And really want to lock up the tourist market there, because we're really selling at a much more premium. In Jamaica, you can buy local weed at kind of $1 a gram, and we're selling for 7 to 10 times that. Right? Yeah. But so far it's going really well. We're also expanding our production there, and are developing a field that will actually be creating TGOD-branded products for export. Right. So we're getting the products with our partner there on a cost-plus basis, and then we'll be exporting to Mexico. TGOD-branded product from Jamaica. Wow. And to other countries in Latin America.
Okay, so is TGOD going to sort of, I've seen a lot of business models where companies are starting to do like cannabis tourism to places like Jamaica. Is that something that TGOD's going to do as well?
Yeah, it is indeed. Wow. Now our brand there is called Epican for now. We will launch TGOD later, but we're Epican. And we're working with tour companies setting that up, and actually with resorts as well, to be able to do even delivery, and we've got a vending machine we're testing as well. So all sorts of new and innovative concepts. Don't know exactly which ones will stick and create the biggest growth, but we want to test all sorts of different types of models, and whichever ones work best, we're going to expand rapidly. Okay,
so then is TGOD's sort of global approach? Is it going to include Europe and Australia and all of that as well at some point?
So we got limited bandwidth to start with. So what we've focused, I mean, Canada's 37 million people. We're focused on Europe and Latin America. So Europe, the population is 20 times the size of Canada, and Latin America is about 18 times that size. And we're seeing the fastest progression from a legislative environment in terms of legalization, first in medical and potentially eventually in recreational as well. So I know there is lots going on in Australia and Thailand, some other countries in Asia or South Africa. We're really focused on Europe and Latin America first, and then maybe in 2 years from now we'll start looking beyond that. But our goal is really to dominate the organic segment. Sure. Right, we're the only players of scale in organic, and so we want to get that first mover advantage in organic, not just in Canada, but in Europe and Latin America.
Okay, and so what is the sort of market sort of signal that you're getting that makes you so confident and so certain that the organic sort of track is the way to go?
Well, I mean, if you look at our team, we're all consumer products kind of people. So we've done a lot of consumer work in Canada, but we've actually tested, I mean, in 5 different countries in different languages, and tested the organic concept, and it really resonates everywhere. You see it even in the food business, right? Organic is growing much faster than other types of food products. And so we've tested it from smoking. It's very obvious, right? So I mean, if you think about your tomatoes, your cucumbers, you're washing them or peeling them. With weed, no one washes it before they smoke it. So you don't want pesticides in there; they become toxic when you burn it. It's very obvious how organic plays there. But when it comes to oils and other value-added products, when you're extracting the cannabinoids, THC or CBD, you're also extracting pesticides. People don't want that. You can remove it in the manufacturing process, but it's better not to start with it. So we've looked at against all sorts of organic beverages, organic edibles, and you see it in other categories as well, whether it's granola bars or juices. Organic's a sizable segment. And there's a segment of the consumers who really want organic, something that's cleaner, healthier. That's what we're focused on.
No, I mean, almost my entire life is organic wherever I can. Obviously, when you go out to a restaurant, that gets a little tougher. That's where I draw the line. But I mean, if I could buy organic cannabis on the Ontario Cannabis Store, I would buy it. But still at this point.
You will soon.
Yeah, exactly. So when will I be able to buy your cannabis on the store?
So we're starting with medical patients first, because we are really medical first.
So I need to become a patient first.
Yes.
I actually already am a patient, and I you know, it's not so much that I need cannabis for my medical condition so badly that I must be a medical patient. It's more like, well, I can pass as a medical patient, and sometimes that's a better way to get the cannabis you want.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a fraudulent approach. It's more just a innovative approach, any port in a storm kind of thing. So, like right now, there's no cannabis in the Ontario Cannabis Store that's organic?
I think Whistler just got listed in Ontario. Now, whether they're selling their organic products there or not, and when, I'm not sure.
Okay.
And I believe Organigram is listed in Ontario now. Again, only I think 5% of their production is what I've heard is organic.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's no one of scale who can supply the full market with organic, but we expect to be able to do that during this year.
Well, that's exciting to me because I think cannabis, especially of all sort of perishable products, lends itself to an organic audience. So I'm really hopeful to see that pans out for you because I'm just such a big supporter of organics on a conceptual level. So we'll leave it there for now, Brian. That's a great update. I thank you very much, and I wish you the best of luck with your rollout. I can't wait.
Thank you very much.
I'll be
we're really excited.